You're up.
I really like his lines, and that he wasn't scared to go kind of tall. Because this looks like something the girls that works with me kind of does. Just, and then I like how he's kind of like I did. I put all the flowers on this side of the yarrow, and then spread some of the other flowers out, and it looks good all the way around. I like all the, like you were doing, more stuff here. More there. Actually, it's really good.
Good.
Oh.
Good job. Especially saying you're just the bookkeeper. I knew better. I knew that he wasn't going to let you get away with that.
No.
I love the texture of this in the back.
Yeah, the back looks good in there, no problem.
Because I would love to have seen, I was so hoping that when I flipped it around, you'd keep it flipped around and start working on this side. And tucked something down in here and brought something down in there. Because you used a quarter of the allotted greenery to do the entire thing. So even though you are used to doing all leather leaf with half a bunch of huck, you can do the same thing that you did with 2 bunches of leather, which probably would end up being about the same amount of money if you really price it out. So look at, and then that will change you from just being leather. You know, I worked in a shop where leather wasn't even allowed to be in the building.
Wow.
And we couldn't put a piece of greenery in anything until the flowers were finished. If we did, she would smack our hands. Can't tell you how many arguments I had with that little Catholic nun. That's what I used to call her. It was like the sisters would do when I was in school. Because what we talked about, accenting your flowers with greenery, not your greenery with flowers. They're just about as expensive.
It does use less.
Greens cost about as much money as flowers do. So, if you want to make the focus on the flowers, start there. Maybe you can't finish the whole thing, but at least get the parameters set and get your basic design shape set. Put in some greens, then go back to your flowers if that'll help. And you'll find that you start to cut down on your necessity to have all of that green, leather or salal or whatever it may be. So challenge yourself to do that and move it around. But I love the way that was textured because I could see it from back here. And that's why I flipped it around. Not that the front is bad, I just particularly like that because I think it really helps to bring things to life. But you did keep still some sticking out beyond. Because they are just about as expensive, you also just don't want to bury them so that they can't be seen. Because it's going to take more flowers to do that than it would be. Again, be careful of using anything that's phototropic. Tulips, bells of Ireland, sometimes lilies, snaps will continue to grow during the night, sometimes up to 4 times their length over the night. So you get back in and it's like, you know, what happened to the beautiful piece that I had with that big sharp line. So be careful with that. And making things stronger by grouping. Very good job, everyone. I also want to say that I am so happy that when I put you on the spot by saying I want you to talk about someone else's. Do you have any idea why I wanted you to do that? Number one, I want you to be comfortable speaking in front of groups because you will have to sometimes when they come in for a sympathy situation. It could be the entire family, and now you've got 12 people to sell to, and so they're all in there. You need to be comfortable talking in front of everyone, and you did a really good job. And the most important, you did it with a positive attitude about everything. Not one person said a negative thing. Now, that being said, you have to be prepared to say, maybe not that this was wrong, but what if we do it this way? Because when you're working with your employees, if you teach from a positive aspect and positive reinforcement about change rather than it being wrong, you'll find that things get changed quickly and people are more willing to adapt. So keep that in mind. When you're looking at something, go from the standpoint you did today. Talk about it from a positive, and I like this, I like that, I like this. We could change that, or maybe if we moved this, or how about if we put this there. Works really well in every relationship. Marriage, my gosh, how many times do we have to compromise in that aspect? So in every relationship, so especially with close-knit groups like you end up getting in the back. Any questions about this part? We're going to take a break.